Holy move. Oh,
That's it.
that's Lauren Hill. Lauren Hill.
We're about to meet Jake.
Boy, it's too much.
We gotta go.
Appreciate y'all.
That's just enough.
You asked me to come, I'm here.
I didn't talk for a minute. I was like, is this real or fake? He's like, it's me, Drake. I'm like, oh my god! Oh my god!
You scared me, baby.
These are the amazing reactions to when rappers surprise fans when they least expect it. Snoop Dogg has been famous for over 30 years. 30 years in the game. And somehow, in 2025, he is still finding new ways to catch people completely off guard. It started back in November 2021. Snoop pulled up completely unannounced to a Raising Cane's near the University of Arkansas. No press release, no heads up to anybody in that drive-through line. He just walked behind the counter and started working the window.
You scared me, baby.
People pulling up for chicken fingers and getting Snoop Dogg at the window. The line wrapped around the building in minutes.
What's cracking like it? What you want?
Can I get a cognac combo with the sweet tea, please?
Sugar down.
He wasn't just standing there either. He was taking orders, bagging food, handing out drinks, cracking jokes, living in it.
How you doing, lover?
No, I work. What are you
That's your
doing here?
one. I needed a job. My tour bus ran out of gas, so I had to make a few dollars. Raising Cane's the best restaurant in town.
He did the whole thing again in July 2025 in Las Vegas. Worked the front counter, the drive-thru, and the kitchen. Fried chicken. Handed out copies of his new album. Brought his French bulldog. Declared himself Employee of the Month. Then in November 2025, Snoop showed up somewhere nobody expected him even less. A Universal Studios Hollywood tram tour.
On the Universal lot. And I order you to drop it like it's hot.
International tourists on a guided lot tour, normal Tuesday. Then Snoop materialized on the tram with a microphone and started working the crowd like it was a sold-out arena.
Where y'all from? Yell out where you from. What part of the world you from? Mexico! Viva la Mexico! I love y'all.
But it's not just random public pop-ups. When Snoop connects with someone personally, he goes all the way in. In December 2024, he was with Jelly Roll's family and found out Jelly's 8-year-old son Noah had a broken arm. Snoop grabbed a marker.
What? I get to sign your cast, Noah? Where you want it at? I'm gonna sign it big. I'm gonna take a whole lot of room. I'm gonna be real greedy.
Stand by, guys.
Snoop.
He signed it bigger than anyone else on that cast. Then the conversation turned to Fortnite. Noah mentioned he didn't have Snoop's in-game skin.
You play Fortnite? Yes, I play Fortnite. Have you seen my skin? Do you use it?
I don't have it.
You finna get it, man. You finna get some V-Bucks right away.
50,000 V-Bucks for a kid with a broken arm he just met. Say less. I got this. That's the Snoop formula. 30 years deep and he still moves like a man who just wants to make somebody's day. Drive-through window, tram tour, a kid's broken arm. Doesn't matter. He shows up every single time. Snoop keeps it wholesome and random. But when Drake decides to surprise someone, he brings the full production. And his biggest surprise of 2025 happened in front of thousands of people who still couldn't believe what they were seeing. Drake headlined the 20th anniversary of Wireless Festival in London on July 11th, 2025. After the brutal public fallout from the Kendrick beef in 2024, this set was more than just a show. It was a statement. The production was massive. He flew across the stage on a platform singing Whitney Houston. He brought out Mario, Bobby Valentino, Bryson Tiller, Giveon. The crowd was packed like sardines under the London sun, every minute of it going viral in real time. Then came a moment nobody on that field was prepared for.
4 a.m.
Holy sh! Oh,
That's Lauryn Hill, nigga. Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill. On stage in 2025 at a Drake show. The woman who made X Factor, the very song Nice for What is built on, performing it live in London without a single person in that crowd expecting it. The transition from X Factor straight into Nice for What was so seamless. The crowd didn't have time to process what was happening before it was already happening. Phones everywhere. People couldn't hold them steady. But Drake doesn't save his surprises just for festival stages. Earlier that year in Sydney, February 2025, he was mid-show on the Anita Max Win Tour when he spotted something in the pit that stopped him cold.
There's another sign that's concerning me. Hold on, wait. I don't even know if this sign is true or not, but I gotta see. Where's the girl that says she's pregnant?
He pulled her out of the crowd immediately, upgraded her to VIP on the spot, and then said something that had the entire arena losing it.
Give her some VIP tickets immediately and like $30,000. Stop going in the pit.
$30,000. Just like that, for a stranger in the crowd holding a sign. And in Kansas City in March 2024, he spotted a couple with a baby announcement sign and pulled them into the moment mid-show.
I don't know what you need for your baby. You probably need like a nice crib, stroller, you know what I'm saying? Probably take your girl on a vacation. I'm gonna give you $20,000.
$20,000 for a couple expecting their first daughter. They named her middle name Aubrey. And then there are the surprises that don't happen in arenas at all. Back in 2018, 11-year-old Sophia Sanchez was waiting for a heart transplant at Lurie Children's Hospital in Chicago. And she went viral doing the Kiki Challenge from her hospital bed. Drake saw it. Then he did something Sophia never saw coming.
Oh my God!
You asked me to come, I'm here.
I didn't talk for a minute. I was like, is this real or fake? He's like, it's me, Drake. I'm like,
Sophia got her new heart shortly after. Drake called it one of the most important visits he ever made. Festival stages, pit rescues, hospital rooms, Drake shows up in all of them. But the next man on this list almost never shows up anywhere uninvited. So when he did, in his own city, rising from under a stage, 65,000 people completely lost their minds. Eminem doesn't do casual appearances, he doesn't pop up. Since the early 2000s, Marshall Mathers has kept himself behind studio walls and controlled environments. Detroit hadn't seen him perform locally in years. His team doesn't leak information. Fans had learned not to expect him anywhere he wasn't officially announced. Then on July 15, 2023, Ed Sheeran brought his Mathematics tour to Ford Field. 65,000 people in Detroit, Eminem's city. Sheeran, who has openly said Eminem's must-see. Ike helped him overcome a childhood stutter, opened the set by casually asking the crowd something.
I wondered if I could play you a cover of an Eminem song tonight.
He started into Lose Yourself, acoustic guitar, 65,000 people in the palm of his hand. And then, midway through that first verse, a figure in a hoodie emerged from under the stage. The arena erupted. Eminem, in his city, on a Tuesday night, completely unannounced. Standing on a stage he had no business being on. Ed Sheeran later called that Detroit crowd the loudest he had ever experienced anywhere in the world. M wasn't done. He leaned into that crowd, felt the energy, and asked if they wanted one more.
He was gonna come on and do one song, and I said you can't come on in Detroit and just do one song. Do you want another song?
They went straight into Stan. Ed took the Dido parts. M handled every verse. The whole arena sang it back word for word. But Eminem's most meaningful surprises don't happen in arenas. In 2017, more than 230 seniors from Flint Community Schools, Flint Northwestern, Flint Southwestern, and Flint Accelerated Learning Academy were closing out their graduation ceremony at the Dort Federal Event Center. It had been a long road in a city still carrying the weight of crisis. And for most of them, This moment already meant everything. Then, without warning, the screens lit up.
Congrats to all you guys' hard work, man. You earned this moment.
A moment that became even more exciting as they received their diplomas and were also handed Beats by Dre headphones.
Those are the surprises that don't make highlight reels, but they're the ones that matter most. And Eminem has been doing it for years. Through Make-A-Wish, through his restaurant Mom's Spaghetti, through quiet moments that his team never publicizes.
I love you, Eminem.
That's Marshall. Private, deliberate, but always there when it counts. Eminem moves in silence. The next artist on this list moves in chaos. And his specialty is showing up in the most random, unplanned moments imaginable. Lil Uzi doesn't plan anything. He just spawns. Lil Uzi Vert has built a whole reputation around showing up where nobody expects him. Not at events, not at shows, just in the middle of your regular day. On the bus, at the gas station, on your TikTok while you're filming on a random sidewalk in Philly. Back in 2017, before most people even knew what TikTok was, Uzi was already pulling up on kids riding the school bus to Southwest.
Yo!
What's poppin'?
It's good, bro.
What up, bro? Y'all go to school?
Yeah.
What school y'all go to?
Southwest.
For real?
Yeah.
It's only my third day out here. I don't know.
Yo, bro.
Just a rap star at the window of a school bus like it's the most normal thing in the world. That's Uzi. But nothing captured his energy better than what went down on a random Philadelphia sidewalk in January 2023. 3 teenage girls were filming a TikTok dance to a leaked Uzi track. No stage, no venue, no warning. Uzi was riding through his city, heard his own song playing, and did what Uzi does. He got out of the car. The comments said it best. Bro heard his song and spawned to their location. The clip exploded overnight. Millions of views. Fans everywhere losing their minds over how effortlessly he just inserted himself into a completely random sidewalk moment. But if a TikTok ambush is wild, let's talk about what happened when Uzi pulled up at a gas station where an up-and-coming rapper named Just Zeke was shooting a music video on zero budget. No invite, no call. Uzi just appeared out of nowhere and walked straight into the frame. A nobody's gas station shoot turned into one of the most watched clips of that year overnight. Now, if Uzi's surprises feel spontaneous and electric, this next rappers are calculated acts of love. He plans them, he funds them, and he disguises himself to pull them off. By 2018, Chance the Rapper had already won 3 Grammys, donated over $4 million to Chicago public schools through social works, and built a fiercely loyal fan base. But on October 15th, fans requesting a Lyft in Chicago had no idea what was coming. Teaming up with Lyft's Round Up and Donate campaign, Chance disguised himself as a driver named John, picking up passengers, talking life, and blending in, until the moment they realized who was really behind the wheel.
Is he better than Chance, though? That's the real question.
It's cool.
The passenger had no idea John had very personal opinions about that question. Chance let it ride, let them give their full takes on Chance the Rapper, while Chance the Rapper drove them to their destination. Then came the moment nobody in that car was prepared for.
I'm Chance the Rapper. I'm Chance the Rapper, and I'm here to thank you first.
No. What is going on? What's happening?
Every reveal hit the same. Screams, hugs, complete disbelief. And by the end of each ride, passengers were guided to donate through the app. Every rounded up fare going straight back to Chicago kids. But Chance the Rapper wasn't done. Later that year, he walked unannounced into a 5th grade coding class in Chicago. This time with Google and a $1.5 million donation for arts and tech education through social works, leaving the kids stunned. And when fans from Clark Atlanta University attended an MTV Wild 'N Out taping, expecting nothing more than a glimpse, they were told there'd be no meet and greet, just a quick video message. Cameras started rolling. He was already standing right behind the camera.
I see that you folks.
When Chance popped in the video, I was just like, no. Like, I knew it, but then I didn't know it. But then he came in and I was like, oh my God.
Disguises, classroom pop-ups, hiding behind cameras, showing up at water parks. Chance has never once let his people down. Now we've covered surprise appearances that came loaded with kindness and love. But some rappers show up unexpectedly in a completely different way, jumping on random Instagram lives in the middle of the night, making fans lose their minds from the other side of a screen. And nobody did that better than King Von. By 2020, King Von had developed a habit of randomly joining fans' Instagram lives out of nowhere. No warning, no reason, just because he saw them playing his music and wanted to pull up. No label approval, no publicist sign-off. Just Von on the couch somewhere, seeing his name in a notification and deciding to jump in. One night, a group of fans were on live playing his tracks, completely unaware he was watching. A request to join came through. They accepted it, and the second his face appeared on that screen, full chaos, screaming, laughing, nobody knew what to do with themselves. That kind of direct, unfiltered access to an artist at his level just didn't happen. But Von did it over and over again, and in real life, it was the exact same energy. He'd pop up at malls, dap fans up in stores, keep it street, like fame had never touched him at all.
Hey, come on, I got some shirts and shit, man. You know how to fit me like they big ass.
Just Von shopping, fans walking up mid-browse, Von treating every random encounter like he had all day.
They said we just said, what's up? You don't follow me, I'll be outside. What you on for? No, you good. Oh, yeah. You gotta have no. Hey, how you doing? You the mom?
I'm the auntie.
Hey,
Thank you.
No rush, no security pushing people back, just dapping up fans in a store like any regular person would. King Von was taken from us in November 2020 at just 26 years old. These moments, the random live joins, the mall encounters, the unfiltered realness, are what his fans hold on to. He never let fame build a wall between himself and the people who loved his music, not once. The losses in this game hit hard, but some legacies keep growing. J. Cole spent years building his, and when he finally dropped what he called his last album ever, he didn't just release it, he drove it to his people personally. J. Cole has always been different. While others chased features and clout, Cole drove a Honda Civic, lived modestly, and let his music speak for itself. 6 studio albums, multiple platinum records, and a fan base that had been waiting years for what he called his final chapter, The Fall Off. The album dropped February 6, 2026. No warning. Cleared socials. Gone. Classic Cole. That same night, fans in Fayetteville, North Carolina, Cole's hometown, organized their own listening party at the Sip Room Bar. No promoter, no label event. Just dreamers who wanted to be together when the music hit for the first time. Nobody called Cole. Nobody expected him anywhere near that bar.
First thing we want to do, go to the most open space we can, slowly, calmly. I swear to God, I'll walk by and shake everybody's hand, but we got to be calm.
Black hoodie, sweatpants, dapping people up, taking photos, standing in the room listening to the album he spent years building, with the exact people who had been waiting just as long to hear it. But the Fayetteville bar wasn't even the whole story. Cole took it further. In the days that followed, he went back to the most iconic symbol of his come-up, the old Honda Civic, and started picking up fans off the street to ride and listen together.
We're about to meet Jake.
A man who could sell out any arena on earth chose to spend his album release week picking up fans off North Carolina streets in a Civic. No entourage, no camera crew, just Cole and the music and the people. He'd been doing it for years before that too. In April 2024, at Dreamville artist Bass's concert in New York at Irving Plaza, a fan was brought on stage to perform Cole's verse. Mid-performance, with the fan already locked in and the crowd going wild, Cole walked out from backstage. The fan didn't know whether to keep rapping or just stand there. The crowd made enough noise for both of them. 20 years in, still pulling up in a Civic, still walking into his people's shows unannounced. That's the Cole ethos, and it never changes. Cole keeps it quiet and personal. But the next man on this list operates on the completely opposite end of the energy spectrum, and when he decides to bring out a surprise guest, the whole stadium finds out at the same time. In 2025, Carti was the opening act for the Weekends After Hours Till Dawn Stadium Tour. On May 31st, the tour hit Soldier Field in Chicago, one of the most iconic venues in the country, in front of a crowd that was already unhinged before the first bar dropped. Carti burned through his set from I Am Music. The crowd was at a 10 and climbing. Then he slowed things down just enough to let the tension build. He hinted at something coming. Then the beat dropped. Travis Scott at a Carti set at Soldier Field. The building went sideways. They ran through Fiend, Crush, and Goosebumps, a live fusion of two of rap's most chaotic creative forces, in a stadium that had absolutely no time to prepare for it. Carti posted later,
"Them stadiums ain't no joke, kid. You gotta come with it."
He'd been building that energy for years. In March 2025, he dropped the deluxe edition of I Am Music. 4 to Wait, completely unannounced. 4 new tracks, including Backer Zeroums with Travis Scott. No teaser, no countdown, just there on streaming when fans woke up. And back in 2023 at Music Midtown in Atlanta, Carti showed up completely unannounced during Destroy Lonely's set. Ken Carson right behind him.
So I'm gonna go over the story of how I unfortunately missed Playboi Carti's performance.
One fan drove 5 hours from North Carolina, watched the whole Destroy Lonely set from the front, left 60 seconds before the last song to beat traffic, missed Carti, missed Ken Carson, made an entire YouTube video about the trauma.
I agree, I will never forgive myself for this mistake. In my defense, I'm not from Atlanta, from North Carolina, and usually stuff like this doesn't happen here.
There are no excuses when Carti pops out. You stay until the very last second, or you pay the price. Carti brings stadium chaos. But the next artist shows up quietly. Not at festivals, not at stadiums, at a mall pop-up in New Jersey without a single person expecting him, and still managed to break the internet. Coming off one of the most dominant years any rapper has had in recent memory, Kendrick Lamar entered 2025 with his stock at an all-time high. Not Like Us had shifted the culture. GNX had dropped out of nowhere, and now he and SZA were co-headlining the Grand National Tour, selling out stadiums across North America. On May 9th, 2025, SZA announced a pop-up event at the American Dream Mall in East Rutherford, New Jersey, promoting her beauty brand debut, a lip gloss trio tied to the tour. She posted it on Instagram. Fans flooded in. It was SZA's moment. Nobody mentioned Kendrick. Nobody expected Kendrick. Kendrick was not on the flyer. When Kendrick walked through those mall doors, the place turned into a scene instantly. Phones up everywhere, fans screaming. People who came to cop lip gloss, suddenly standing 10 feet from the man of the year. It wasn't a label event, wasn't a promo strategy. He came to support SZA. That's it. And this is a pattern with Kendrick. In 2017, he quietly arranged a fully customized wheelchair-accessible van for a paralyzed fan named Jennifer Phillips. A signed "Damn" tour jacket and a handwritten note included. No press, no cameras set up on his end. Her mother broke down in tears on camera. Kendrick had already left, and during the Grand National Tour in 2025, he stopped his show in Minneapolis to pull a young girl on stage, asked her what her 3 wishes were, and what started as a crowd interaction turned into one of the most emotional concert moments of the year.
That a female would cry for me, right? I always thought that was the most exciting thing when I would look on TV and be crying, for Justin Bieber, Usher, and stuff like that, right?
The third wish stopped the entire arena cold. Kendrick held her tighter and let the moment breathe. Thousands of people standing in complete silence. A mall pop-up, a wheelchair van, and an arena full of people in tears. That's Kendrick. Calculated, quiet, and always more present than anyone expects. Only one more name left on this list. And he showed up at his own man's house during a blizzard, opened the front door, and threw one of the most unexpected fan events in recent rap history. By early 2023, NBA YoungBoy had dropped 8 projects in roughly 12 months, while navigating federal gun charges and house arrest in Utah. His movement was heavily restricted. Fan interactions were rare and mostly limited to Instagram lives and sudden album drops. Then a snowstorm hit Utah and completely shut down a planned music video shoot for his upcoming album, I Rest My Case. YoungBoy made a decision that nobody saw coming. He opened his front door.
YoungBoy! AYB! Come on, man, give me a ride!
Dozens of local fans showed up at his Utah home. Music blasting, snow everywhere. YoungBoy was right in the middle of it, throwing snowballs, laughing, turning a canceled video shoot into one of the most unexpected fan moments of the year. Fans who were there described it as surreal. No VIP, no meet and greet fee, no red carpet. Just a rap star in the snow with the people who ride for him hardest. And that generosity pops up just as randomly off the clock. At a gas station, YoungBoy ran into a young kid named Legend, completely out of nowhere, and did something that sent the clip viral immediately.
What's up, man? You know it. What's up, buddy? What's your name? Look. Hey, your name is get a piece of this.
$100 handed directly to a kid at a gas station. No cameras set up, no team around, just YoungBoy. And after his Baltimore stop on the Massa tour, he caught a fan on the way out and handed him $10,000 cash on the spot. The fan broke down on the side of the road. His son even walked on stage mid-performance during the Massa tour, just wandered out from the wings to be next to his dad. And the crowd reaction said everything. That's YoungBoy's whole world on one stage. A snowball fight at the crib, $100 to a kid named Legend, $10,000 to a stranger outside a show. When YoungBoy has room to move, he gives everything he has.